Early Tuesday morning, while most people were still asleep, a massive cargo ship accidentally slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. Just picture this, a giant ship, like the ones you see in movies, crashing into a bridge made of steel and concrete. The impact was so strong that it made a chunk of the bridge crack and tumble into the icy waters of the Patapsco River below. Can you imagine the noise it must have made? It was like a loud thunderclap echoing through the quiet morning air. For the folks who were nearby, it was a terrifying moment. Imagine standing on the bridge, maybe driving to work or walking to school, and suddenly feeling the ground shake beneath your feet as a huge ship collides with the structure you're on. It must have felt like the world was shaking. People must have been scared, wondering what was happening and if they were safe. The sight of a part of the bridge collapsing into the river must have been surreal and shocking. It's the kind of thing you'd expect to see in a movie, not in real life. But sadly, it was all too real for the people of Baltimore that day. 6 workers, just regular folks, were up on the bridge that day doing their job. They were patching up some holes to make the bridge safer for everyone. These workers came from faraway places like El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico. They left their homes to find work and make a living, maybe even send some money back to their families. But on that fateful day, tragedy struck. It's heartbreaking to say, but they're thought to have lost their lives in the accident. Imagine the families waiting back home, hoping for good news, but hearing the worst. It's a sad reminder of the risks people take every day just to make ends meet. Let's honor their memory and the sacrifices they made for their loved ones. After the collision, the Coast Guard rushed to the scene to find anyone who might have survived. But it was really hard because the weather was bad and the water was freezing cold. Imagine trying to see in the dark with icy waves crashing around you. Despite all the challenges, they managed to find one person. But as time passed, the search turned into a different kind of mission. Instead of looking for survivors, they had to focus on finding the bodies of the workers who were missing. It was a sad and difficult task, but the Coast Guard and other rescue teams kept working tirelessly. They used boats, helicopters, and even divers to search every inch of the river. The whole community was holding its breath, hoping for good news. But as days went by, it became clear that it was more about bringing closure to the families who were waiting anxiously for any news about their loved ones. Even though they couldn't save everyone, the Coast Guard's efforts showed their bravery and dedication to helping others in times of need. It was a heartbreaking moment for everyone involved, but their commitment to the search was a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Operation. Besides the workers, 2 people on the cargo ship got hurt too. They were probably scared and in pain after the accident. Imagine being on a big ship and suddenly crashing into a bridge. It must have been really scary for them. The ship might have shaken violently and things might have fallen over, causing injuries. They might have been rushed to the hospital for treatment. Their families were probably worried sick when they heard the news. It's tough for them too, not knowing how badly their loved ones were hurt. The injured people might have bruises, cuts, or broken bones from the impact. Doctors and nurses would have worked hard to help them feel better. They might need some time to recover from their injuries. It's a difficult time for everyone involved, from the workers on the bridge to the people on the ship and their families. We hope they get better soon and find comfort in knowing that people care about them. This accident is a big problem for Baltimore. The bridge is super important for the city because it's like a big road that helps people move from one place to another. Imagine it as a giant puzzle piece that connects different neighborhoods together. Now, because of the accident, this puzzle piece is broken. It's like trying to walk with a missing step on a staircase. It just doesn't work well. Without the bridge, getting around Baltimore becomes really tricky. It's not just cars and trucks that use it. Buses, bikes, and even people walking rely on it too. It's like the backbone of the city's transportation system. But now, with a part of it gone, everything gets disrupted. Fixing the bridge won't be quick and easy. It's not like fixing a toy, it's a massive project that could take a long time. We're talking months, maybe even years, There's a lot of work to do. Planning, building, testing, it all takes time. And while it's being fixed, people will have to find other ways to get where they need to go. It's like a big puzzle, trying to figure out how to keep things moving smoothly without this important piece. But you know what? Baltimore is a resilient city. People here know how to come together and solve problems. So even though it's tough right now, we'll figure it out. We'll find temporary solutions, support each other, and eventually the bridge will be back, stronger than ever. That's the spirit of Baltimore. Strong, united, and ready to overcome any challenge. Not only that, but the accident also affects ships coming into the port of Baltimore. This port is like a big doorway for business. Imagine huge ships carrying all sorts of things, from clothes to food, coming in and out all the time. But now, with the bridge damaged, it's like that doorway got blocked. Ships can't get through easily, which means all the stuff they're carrying can't get where it needs to go. Think about it like a traffic jam, but on the water. And just like how a traffic jam can mess up your plans, this is messing up a lot of business plans too. Companies rely on the port to send and receive goods, so when things slow down, it's a big problem. Imagine waiting for a package to arrive, but it's stuck somewhere because of a roadblock. That's what's happening here, but on a much bigger scale. So you see, it's not just the bridge that's affected, it's like a chain reaction, causing trouble for businesses and the people who work there. Everyone's trying to figure out how to fix it and get things back to normal. But for now, it's a big challenge that they're facing together. People are really curious about what happened. They want to know why the big ship hit the bridge. It's like a puzzle that nobody has solved yet. But don't worry, there are smart people called investigators who are working hard to find out the truth. They're like detectives trying to solve a mystery. Right now, nobody knows for sure what went wrong. But we're hoping the investigators will discover the answers soon. It's like when you lose something and keep looking until you find it. Everyone is waiting patiently for the investigators to give us the answers we need. We're all eager to know what caused the accident. It's like a big question mark hanging over our heads. But we believe that with time and effort, the investigators will uncover the truth. It's important to learn from accidents like this, so we can prevent them from happening again in the future. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that the investigators can solve this mystery soon. In Baltimore, the whole community is feeling sad for the workers who were lost. People are coming together to help their families in any way they can. But even in tough times, there's hope. People are working hard to support each other and find a way to move forward. So let's keep the families of those affected in our thoughts and support them as much as we can. Together we can overcome even the toughest challenges.